If you join a course for $30,000, no, it's not going to work. And something you have to understand is that domestic students in Canada doesn't pay anything even close or remotely close to these amount of money. So why on earth would you choose to come here and pay that type of money? But that's up to you if that's what you want to do. Hi there, welcome back to the channel. On this channel I talk about life in Canada, Canadian immigration and personal development. Today I will be talking about whether or not you can pay your tuition cash in Prince Edward Island. Now, Prince Edward Island is located in the country of Canada. Prince Edward Island is the smallest province of Canada, and there are multiple provinces that offers a similar amount in the cost of tuition, except for the larger provinces. So places like Ontario, British Columbia, even Alberta, these tuitions will be rare. You won't see these tuitions, especially for a university education. For college, maybe you will find these costs, but in general, basically, you just have to decide what's most important to you. And in this video, I'm just going to be talking about whether or not you can pay your tuition here in 2024, where everybody's crying about inflation. Now, I'll be using the prices in Prince Edward Island, and you just have to apply to where you go. And if you're someone who is still in your home country, then you have the opportunity to choose a tuition that is lower than this tuition or not severely high in comparison to this amount of tuition that I'll be using today. Now, this is a calculation that you can do on your own. All you need to do is to get the formula in terms of the number of hours expected for you to work and things like that, and how much you're allowed to work, to be able to decide on whether or not you can pay your tuition or not. Now, the minimum wage in Prince Edward Island is $15.40. What we're going to do in this video is to say $15.40 multiplied by 24 hours. 24 hours is the amount of hours that you're allowed to work here in Canada. So that's the amount that we are going to use, and this amount is only during the academic semester. I'm just using the calculator on my phone. You can also use your calculator, see if you get the same numbers as me, or see if I'm telling you something that isn't real. You can always grab your calculator and see how possible things are to be able to pay your own tuition cash. So what we'll do is to say $15.40, and for Ontario the minimum wage is $16.55, so it's not that far off anyways. So $15.40 multiplied by that 24 hours that I previously mentioned, and you'll get $369, which is what you'll get per week during the academic semester. You multiply that by 4 to get how much you get each month, and that would be $1,478.40. You'll take this amount and multiply it by 8 months, because we're assuming that you will be going to school through the months of September to April. So we are going to multiply by 8 months, and that will give you $11,827. Now, the total tuition in Prince Edward Island currently, and this is just for a university qualification. If you go out to a college, you can manage to get a $12,000 course, a $10,000 course, and you can also get a university degree with even $14,000, $13,000, $12,000, but we are going with $17,000 today. So we are at $11,827 is what you would make during the academic semester. After which, what you'll do is to take this money and write that down somewhere, and then we're separately going to calculate the 4 months that is in the summer. Now, the 4 months starts from May. This is when you get break from your semester. Now, there are persons who say they don't get a break. The only people who don't get a break is persons who do like a 2-year course that is a postgraduate course. For you, your course is very short, so it would be good to just have the amount of money. Now, if you don't have the money, I have created an ebook where I listed 50 different ways that you can pay your tuition in Canada. So if you're looking for ways to pay your tuition and you don't have a break where you can work of that time frame, this is also an option for you. And also, if you don't have a break, you still have 24 hours, you still make 11,000 plus the next 4 months again will make you some more money. And these little 2-year and 1-year course are usually very inexpensive anyways, so these are going to be lower in cost anyways. So therefore, whether you decide to do a 2-year course, a 3-year course, a 4-year course, the main thing is you still have an opportunity to be able to pay your tuition. The only time I can tell you that you don't have that opportunity is if you go and join a course for $45,000, $40,000, $30,000 course. It's just not going to work. If you join a course for $30,000, no, it's not going to work. And something you have to understand is that domestic students in Canada doesn't pay anything even close or remotely close to these amount of money. So why on earth would you choose to come here and pay that type of money? But that's up to you if that's what you want to do. I'm talking about Prince Edward Island. The tuition is $17,000. There are courses that are lower than that. Let's just put that out there for anyone who may want to come to Prince Edward Island. So in the summer, what I want you to do is to work at least for 50 hours. 60 hours would be ideal. 40 hours is okay. 50 hours is like that nice spot where you are working just a little bit more than the 40 hours, but at the same time you're not working a lot more than the 40 hours. So basically you just do full-time work for the 40 hours and then you take on 2 shifts, 5 hours, 2 days of the week. You already knock out 50 hours just like that. So that's what I recommend for you. What you want to do as well is to do not do courses during the summer break. At this point, that's not that important. If you want to earn your tuition, if you're not interested about earning your tuition, then you can always do that. And if you have enough money, then you can always do that. If you don't have enough money, yes, the international fee is going to be more, but I would say do the full course load and overloads during the academic semester and then spend the summer and do like 60 hours. If you are doing 60 hours during the summer, you have the ability to not only be able to pay your tuition and your living expenses, but you can also save money on top of all of that. That is something that I have done, which is why I'm telling you that it's possible. I'm telling you it's possible because it's something I actually did. So it's not something that I'm taking out of the hat. It is a real and realistic thing where if you work this number of hours, you can make a lot of money even with just making minimum wage. So that's the first thing you need to understand. So let's say you're only doing the 50 hours. So let's take the 50 hours multiplied by the regular little minimum wage salary, $15.04. You multiply that and then you times it by 4 because you need the monthly amount. Now you add monthly $3,080. And then you multiply this by the 4 months. And then you get a total of $12,320. Then you add that to your $11,827.20. Then you'll be at $24,147. In terms of taxes, once you file your taxes accurately, you won't need to pay taxes as an international student who is paying these large amounts of tuition. This is because of the tax advantages that you get as an international student and as a student in general, or as someone that pays tuition. Now, what the government in Canada does is that they give you back your money that you paid in tuition. Currently, I do not pay taxes. That is because the money that I paid in my tuition, they are giving it back to me through taxes that I have incurred as I work. So I do not have to pay taxes, and basically something you can think about is basically you go to university for free because you get back your money. So that's something very important that absolutely no one has ever mentioned to me, but this is also a very real thing where you get back your tuition. So we are at $24,147 $7.20. Now what this is saying is that the total here for tuition is $17,000. You can now cover your tuition and you will have an extra amount of $7,000 plus dollars, and you can take that amount of money to cover your rent. And of course you would have to keep your rent low, and you can cover your living expenses and everything with this amount of money, just like that. Round of applause. We've been able to cover tuition, cover cost of living in one go. This is just with you working 50 hours. There are also other ways to make more money. One, work more than the 50 hours. Do the 60 hours as I previously mentioned. You can even do more hours than that during the week. You can do as many hours as you want during the summers. Do it. Why you should do it is because you're not doing any courses and you want to make money, so go make it. Like, yeah, so go make the money and you will be able to pay all of these things very easily. It will seem as very easy to you, and yeah, that's how you do it. Get a job. I'm telling you, just a little minimum wage job. If you want to go to the factory, go to the factories. All of them are always hiring. The main place or the easiest place you can get hired is in a factory, because they are always hiring, they are always understaffed. The hard part is when persons are outside of the country and want to come inside of the country. Once you're inside of Canada, getting a job is very easy for a minimum wage job. When it comes to more advanced job, things get complicated. But if you are just looking for a regular minimum wage job, it's very, very easy to get anywhere you are in Canada, because there are factories everywhere in Canada and they are always looking for people. So if you're desperate, you can't find a job, go to the factory. So in the end, the question was, can you pay your tuition cash in 2024? The answer is yes, you can continue and you will be able to pay your tuition cash in Canada. I hope you found this video helpful. If you need any more help, I have the 50 ways to cover your tuition, or if you are in a different type of situation and I didn't mention your situation and you still need some money, you can always take the ebook. It covers full scholarships, so you don't have to worry about working. It covers a lot of loans that you can get, and these are places that has confirmed that they give loans to international students. So if this is something that interests you, definitely take a look at it. I'll leave it down in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.